Hello? Hello? Hello, boys. I'm still setting up. I will be with you in a second. I need to start up a few things, but I will be there. Hello, Smash. Hi. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Think I'm ready. Am I ready? I don't know. Let me just check. Who joined? Who joined? Hello, John. I joined immediately. Hey. Yeah. Now you will see my face. Well, actually, not really my face, but my face. Hello. Hello. Okay. We can turn down the music. And so today, the stream of today is named How to Cheat with Dice. And it's named like that because if you remember, I think a few days ago, last week when it was, we played with a plugin which is called Dungeons of Dice. And with this plugin, we did some tests. We added some stuff, implemented few changes, right? I think unfortunately I deleted those because I need to keep I had to keep, you know, a clean directory for the alpha release, and so I really deleted it. But now I downloaded it again. So if I start my editor, I will have it there again. Hello, Fannar. Hi. Hello. Hello. By the way, John is the creator of the plugin, right? So he's the guy that actually created the Dungeon of Dice plugin, which is a super nice plugin, and I would suggest it to anyone who wants to put it in their games, or only just to have fun with Unreal, because actually you can play yourself, you know. So you can buy it and just play yourself, and it's good enough. Maybe it's a good way to learn Unreal as well. But so I contacted him, and he was so nice to actually answer. And I started to throw at him a number of issues, like the need to predetermine the results of the die, right? Because for us in multiplayer, that's absolutely needed. Did we create a mission for this? I don't remember. Ah, yes.
Ready for some fun?
I'm ready for some fun. I think we created a mission the last time. Ah, yes, you see? This was the mission of last time. Where we had all the different die that we wanted to use, right? The one in red are the ones that I think are okay for a fantasy setting, right? So in particular the metal ones. And this was a set of ideas that how we can use the dice. So the easiest one was just for our command that we have in the chat. So in the chat system, you can do /roll, and you see you see the result. But now it's only text. So in this case, we could spawn the dice on the screen for you, and we can run it. By the way, also this one, which is the basic case, requires pre-rolling. Okay. Also, this one requires pre-rolling. Then the second idea, which was a bit more of advanced idea, was to have collectibles. So basically the fact that you could craft or you could find around the world, you know, some dice, and those will be added to your collection. And also maybe the fact that before being able to play in the tavern, you need to find these dice, right? Somehow. So that's an idea. And then the third one, which was the most complex, was actually a mini game, a multiplayer mini game in the tavern, right? So these were the three ideas that we had, and if possible, I would like to do them all three, but all of them require pre-rolling. Without pre-rolling, we are dead. I mean, we cannot use it. We cannot use it without pre-rolling. I mean, it can be good for a single-player game, but for multiplayer games, but even for single-player, you know, if you implemented any kind of statistics, you know, behind, or you need a certain distribution of the results, you need any way to pre-roll them. Okay, so what is the plan? The plan is that we discussed. Let me lower a bit the music more and change it. The idea. Okay, let's see if I can keep it at. I don't know why, but my music is always wrong volumes and stuff. I think the only way for me is to lower it. It's already lowered. Okay. So the idea is this is our main project, by the way. I think we can do it in our main project because anyway the plugin is completely separate, right? And so you can use the demo map. I think we changed the last time we did changes directly to this map, and we started to this one, the blueprint one, and we started to understand a bit how it was working. I think we understood how it was working. We did some changes to the UI. I can't redo them because we added the last time we added a number, right, of dice that you wanted to throw. So we had here like a box. You can say 2d4, 2d6, 10d10 or whatever. Because anyway, in our game there will be like predefined rules like that. And then the other thing that we added, yes, was then when you spawn multiple dice at the same time. The current solution has a problem because they all spawn in the same location. And so they go really, really, really crazy. While I randomized the initial location a bit, so that they were spawning like on this axis at a certain distance, and so it was looking fine, right? It was looking fine. So this is what we did. And by the way, John, I don't know if you will stay here, but if you are still here, I think those are changes that maybe could be nice also to add to your plugin. Just to make it nicer. So basically what I did, I don't remember where is the UI. Yes, this one. So I just added, you know, a new text. I think I can redo it. Unfortunately, I had to delete it because we had to start, you know, we had to create the alpha release for the game, and I want it to be super clean. And there was this dice in between, and I think I did it very simply like that the last time. So I did something like this. I created like a gray background, and I had my text on top. And my text was, I don't know, 48. And it was like 1 as a default. And then whatever, it was like centered and, you know. And I don't remember, maybe I placed the kind of an X. I mean, it's not very nice looking, I know, but... I placed the kind of you know, something like that. So it was looking like your number, you know, your number multiplied by, and you can input this number, right? So you can say no. Why? Because I did it text instead of edit. GG. Yeah, must be an edit box. So probably didn't require the image on the background. Probably didn't require anything. I don't remember because we did it the last time, but where is the font? Tint, drawing, margin, text. Font. 48. It was something like that. It was something like that. Right. Probably yes. I did the image because I needed this to be centered, or not. No. I think it was okay. I think it's okay. I don't know. It was something like that. Yes. I need to set the font. Otherwise, this thing go crazy. I don't understand why, but as a default, if you don't set the font, it goes crazy. Why all of those are open? Font family, I think if you do this, it should be better. Okay, so you basically enter the number here, and then you run it. Yes, there was a problem with the... I think there was a bit of an issue with the anchoring, or what? Yeah, there was a bit of an issue with the anchoring of this window. Like, the controls are not scaling, you see, but this not a problem for us at the moment. I don't care, because anyway, in our game, we will do it differently, so it's fine. And then, basically, I was taking this value, right? And whenever you were spawning the die, I was just multiplying by, right? I was just doing something like that. So there was a spawn dice. I think I changed this thing, and I added the number. No, I think I did a for loop. I think I simply did a for loop, which was even simpler. Yeah, we did a for loop here, I think. We did a for each, you know, no, for loop. Starting from 1 and going up to the last index, which is actually this one, right? Which is actually this. And then we do get text, and we do convert to number, to string, and then to number. So it was something like this. And then we had the problem of the multi-spawn. Yeah, I'm redoing it because I think I'm gonna use this thing with multiple dice. Even if our solution at the beginning will be one die only, but so something like that, right? Now I don't know if it translates to... So if I do 10, okay, you see the 10 are getting spawned. Something like that. If I do 1000, we did this test already last time, huh? If I do 1000, it's kind of dying for a second, but then it does it. I think we did the test the last time, and until whatever was like 5000, it was acceptable. After 5000 was just GG. I mean, it was just breaking up and it was not working. And by the way, you see a number of dice are actually outside of the box and they are falling down. If you see, if it's like it's raining, like if it's raining dice. I don't know if you can see them, but because actually some spill out from the top. Yeah, the other issue of this solution is that the die is stopping only when it's touching the board, right? Yeah, it's actually very nice. Yes, it's actually very nice. Also, if you do it with different colors, is even nicer. So like if you do like I don't know 50, let's go a bit less crazy, like 20 of this, you know, 20 of this and 20 of this and so on. Yeah, you have to change. You have to change the whole time, otherwise it's getting too simple. Yeah, the problem is that the dice are not stopping, right? Are not stopping because at the moment the plugin is waiting the die to touch the board, and it is when the physics are getting stopped, right? I think you can also go inside if you want. You see, you can also be inside of this thing. You can also be inside. Yeah, it's very nice. I think it would be nice as a screensaver, you know? You have a screensaver like this. It's pretty cool. But yes, as you can see, the problem is that all the dice are getting generated in exactly the same spot at the moment by the engine. And so they go really crazy, you see? You see how crazy they go? Some probably, yeah, one like fell on the left because they are colliding between themselves, and so they are like exploding, right? So the way I fixed it the other day was to generate, I think it was here. I think we generated a random, I think we had a kind of a random range. Yeah, now it's easy because I did it already one time, and so it's very easy for me to do it. But we generated a random range on the X. I don't remember if it was like from -50 to +50 or something like this. And this was ensuring that at least they wouldn't really blow up completely. They're still blowing up. -200. I don't know what is the size at the moment. I don't know. I remember that the die are super big, and this is another problem, but we're gonna fix it. Slightly better. Yes, it's better now, you see. They are not exploding. They're not exploding anymore. Now, there can still be some that are spawning in the same place. Now, this one was very, very good, for example. This run was very, very good. This one, they're still bit exploding. Yeah, I think with the D6 is working better, but yeah, they are a bit exploding. But we could exclude, you know, the previous, or we could just increment, you know, we could just have a, instead of random floating range, we could have a +++. We can have a local variable, and we can, maybe that would be the easiest, you know, like current X spawn point or something. Current X spawn point, which is an integer, and maybe as a default it starts from, I don't know, -200, and then every time is adding 50. I don't know if 50 is enough though. 50 centimeters. And then when he reaches a certain point, you know, he restart from, he should restart actually. So when he reaches a certain value, he restart from 0. So basically this way they will always spawn in different places. Still going a bit crazy though, huh? I think 50 is not enough. I don't know how big is the... because I'm not setting it. Wait. I'm doing something stupid. I did something very stupid. I'm not setting it, and so if I don't set it... Where does this thing start here? So the first thing we need to do, we need to check if our... current spawn point is greater than... I don't know what is the value, but... is greater than, let's say, 200, and if it's greater than 200, then we set this to -200 again, And if it's false, we just increment it by 100, something like that. Okay, but anyway, this is not what I wanted to do today. I mean, this is just this is just to say that this could be anyway a good thing, you know, to avoid things exploding. Okay, I think we officially broke it. Yes, because I'm not spawning anything. That's why. Because I'm not spawning anything, boys. Yeah, you see how more natural it is now? Because they spawn, just to explain you, I don't know if you followed, but I think you did, but in case, you know, no, this one I need to keep because I will have to explain you this. Basically now we are spawning like here, wait, like here, then here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and then when we reach the last position, we restart from the beginning, okay? So basically they are not colliding between themselves anymore, you see, and in fact the throw is much more natural, right? Is way more natural. They are not exploding anymore. Okay, so let me explain you a few things because I think it's fun just to reason on the problem. So I contacted these guys from Foundry, right? I don't know if you know Foundry, but if you role play games, I do. Even if I'm old, I role play. I mean, I'm still gaming, and that is the one that we use for Night City and yeah, Cyberpunk and all of that. But apart from that, you don't care about my map. This thing has an ability to roll dice, right? So you can do roll 3d20, right? You see, and this thing is rolling the dice. So I was thinking, how do they do it, right? Because they have the same problem as me, because there is a multiplayer, you know, there is a multiplayer game, and everyone needs to see the right result. And so what I did, I connected with 2 clients, right? So I had 2 clients open, and I saw that actually, yes, they were cheating. So the 2 clients were seeing different things, but they were seeing the same results. And so I started to say, how the hell they do it? And I started to look, you know, at a single die and say, okay, let's look how it moves, right? Let's look how it moves. Is it moving in a natural way, or is it moving in a fake way? And sometimes, by the way, you can also push them. Yeah, the funny thing of this is that if you take the die with the mouse, you can push it. That is probably something that we will not be able to do in the future, okay? But I was trying to understand how they do it. So I contacted the guy that did this implementation, and also he was very nice to answer to me. And he gave me the algorithm, right? And they do something completely crazy, in my point of view. Completely crazy. So this is the algorithm, right? Just that you know. This is the algorithm that they use, right? So they generate the number randomly. Okay, easy. But this is where the start gets crazy. They do a physics simulation of the 3D roll off screen. So they do the same roll one time off screen before doing it on screen. And they do it at an accelerated speed, so that they can do it very, very, very quick, like in I don't know, half a second. And they use this library which is called... So the other crazy thing that they do, they save every position quaternion of the dice at each frame. So basically they are they are recording the whole animation of every die, right? Frame by frame. Frame by frame. And then they detect the end of the simulation. So basically they say, okay, I run my die and there is a certain number on top. So they know that with that particular simulation, they reach a certain number, right? Then what they do, they know the rotation needed. They have a pre-calculated rotation table, and they basically switch the start position. So that is the key of their algorithm, okay? So they change the start position of the die so that running the same simulation, it will end up in the phase that they want. So that's completely crazy to me. But it works for them. Now, can we use this solution in Unreal? I would say no, because we have multiple problems. The first problem is I don't think we can generate we can accelerate the physics system keeping the same result. I don't know, because if we change the speed, I have no idea. So that's the first big issue. The second problem is saving every position of quaternion of the animation. There is also something that I have no idea how to do it, and I don't think I want to do it. And so I think that this solution is not applicable to us. Even if it's very inventive, you know. So they I think they spend a lot of time on that. I think they spend a lot of time on this thing, and actually it works very well, as you can see in the game. I mean, it works. So my idea is a bit different. My idea is the following, right? So if we throw one die only, excluding the D4, because the D4 is a bit a stupid die, but let's start with a D6. Right? Which I think it should be the basic, and at least he's rolling a bit. I mean, he's not rolling much, but he's rolling a bit, okay? My idea, I think I need to add another button, right? So we will add another button and see how it works, right? So we will have another button here, and this button will just do something for us. I think at the end will be multiple buttons. Will be more than one for sure. But let's start with one. I would like to understand if we can apply a force to our die. I think it was something like add impulse, add radial impulse or something like that. Add a radial impulse. There is even a video for that.
So I'll go through this in order as always. What we're going to be doing is creating.
And by the way, I watched this video already.
To begin with, just
I
so
don't
that
know
we have
when.
everything ready to actually.
We don't need to do it in. We don't need to do it in C++ at the moment.
Which is just.
Yeah, this guy is doing it by C++, which is interesting. But for now, I think we can stick to the radial impulse. I think we can stick for a second. There is radial impulse and there is radial force, I've seen. I never used these two thingies, okay? So we need to understand how they work. We need to understand how they work. So let me see. Target origin. Target is a primitive component. So can I take my die, or I will have to detect the last die that I spawned, or I click on it. I can also click on it. How do we want to detect our die? For now, let's just do it super simple. Let's just save it. You know, let's just save the spawn die somewhere. Ah, by the way, I think he's already here. Because we already have a structure. Ah, okay, we already have a structure. Nice. Perfect. There is already a structure that is keeping the dice. And so I can just get this dice thingy. No, when I'm in the right window. There is a dice spawner pawn, which I guess is a dice spawner. I guess is set our pawn. Ah, okay, perfect. So we already have in our pawn. Okay, fine. We have a chance to do this, boys. We have a chance to do it. Wait. I already lost myself. Unclicked button 0. So if I search our pawn, we have it, huh? Okay, our pawn. In our pawn, we should have spawned dice. Spawn. Okay. So this is our array. Now, for now, we just get the first one. Let's work only with one element, okay? Let's work only with one element for a second, because we don't care. So we will always get the first one, okay? And if this is, if we have no thing, it's fine. So we mesh. Yeah, maybe it works. Why not? So let's try to give him a strength of, I have no idea, of 10. I have no idea how strong is this. And then he needs an origin, but the origin is in world space. Holy shit. Is in world space. Is in world space. So we can get the actor location. Yeah, he's in world space, boys. For now, let's try to give him an impulse. Sides of the radial impulse. Beyond this distance from origin, there will be no effect. Yeah, but I was expecting to see a vector. Ah, I think I understand. So the vector is this one, actually. How can he know radius? The sides of the radial impulse. I have no idea, boys. Let's do 100, so it's very big. Let's do 100 and see what happens, okay? So I spawn this die. I wait that is stopping. And then I click on my button. It's doing absolutely nothing. Maybe the strength is not enough. The origin is in the middle of the guy at the moment, right? So maybe it's not the right place. I think we should debug sphere, by the way. Yeah, let's debug sphere, otherwise... Can we debug vector? No. But we can debug sphere. I think we can use the center as the center and the radius as 100, right? Let me just see how this sphere is... because we need to understand which kind of force we are applying at the moment. Right? I mean, if we are actually applying anything or not. Yes, it's around that thing. It appears for a second. Duration 10 seconds, okay? So at the moment we are yeah, so this is the sphere in which we are applying the radial impulse. The only problem is that I'm applying it exactly in the middle. I think it could be a fun science experiment to see how determined this physics in the client server compared the result with the same input. You can spawn spheres in construction script via each loop. Loop length is all socket named like a range. You can spawn spheres in construction script. I don't understand what you meant. I mean, if I want to have a sphere instead of a... Yeah. You mean that if I don't want to die, but I want a sphere? But we can use the D20 is spherical enough. You know? Okay, so the point is that this thing is doing nothing. But let me do something. Let me create a new variable. Okay. And we call it pushing force. Pushing. Can I type? Pushing force, right? And we have it as a vector. And pushing force will be set as the current location, let's say minus so let's go down a bit. I don't know, 10 centimeters. And let's go to the left a bit. Minus 10 centimeters as well, okay? And the x will stay the same. So basically we are slightly off. We are slightly off, right? We are slightly off the location. So here we are generating this position where we want the push to be, right? And then we get this, and this, right? Now I'm using this flip-flop because I want to test these two methods, but at the moment none of them is doing anything, so at the moment GG. At the moment it's GG, eh, boys. It's doing absolutely nothing. Even if it seems that now is a bit offset, but it's doing absolutely nothing. Okay, so let me move it a bit more. So that is, because now we are understanding the sides of the die. Let me use a D20 maybe, which is the one that is the most sensible. Zero effect. You can apply velocity not in the middle. Yes, I'm trying to offset now. You think velocity is better, so to add velocity instead of adding, but adding velocity, I mean, I wanted this radial impulse because I was thinking that the radial impulse was pushing in a certain direction, right? But it seems it's not doing it, or my strength is too little. Let's try to go 1000 strength and see what happens. 1000 strength, 1000 strength. And let's use the D20. He's doing absolutely nothing. Okay. So radial impulse is saying add an impulse to all rigid bodies in this component, radiating out from the specified position. Velocity change. If true, the strength is taken as a change in velocity instead of an impulse. Yeah, mass will not have, we have no effect. Let me try to toggle this and see what it does. Okay. This does something. The first one does something, the second one doesn't do anything. Yes, but as you can see, it's pushing always in the same direction. The problem is that it's not rotating the die. It's pushing him from... yeah, but if I... Okay. I think that is good. This is good. So the method that works is this one. This one doesn't do anything. So, and it only works if we use this one enabled. Now, the strength may be a bit too much, but... let's keep it like this for now. So let me try to go up. Let me go up. So minus 30. I know it's minus is a bit annoying, but I'm lazy. I don't want to change this node. So we are going up a bit. And we are still going on an angle, right? Okay. So in theory, it should roll more horizontally now. Yes, exactly. Ah, exactly what I wanted. Yes. Roll, my friend. Roll. So, you know, imagine that we are applying this, you know, in a certain direction. Now, the strength is 800. The strength is 800. So if I do 1300... Because this way we are pushing from the top and so it's rolling horizontally, right? Now, it will work with the D20. With the D6, I think it will probably not work. So what is the idea? The idea is, if we know that we want to have an 8 as a result, you know, we push in this direction just with the right force, so that this thing becomes an 8. You want a force of 1 million? What do you mean? You want a force of 1 million? I can try. I think it will explode though, but we can try, no problem. Easy. Look at this. It disappeared. It was pushed so strong that he basically went out of the screen immediately. I think already something like 10,000 is a lot. The problem will be with the D4 and the D6. Look, this is already 10,000. It's so much. I think 1,300 is a good number. Now, we should randomize the X and the basically the Z. I think the Z is correct. Let me see what happens with the D6, because I think the D6 will not move at all. I think the D6 will not roll. Ah, he's rolling. Ah, he's rolling. Okay, this is good because I was thinking that the D6 would not move. The D4 is not moving. The D4, but why the sphere is here and not there? Is the D4 off center? I think the D4 is off center. No, wait. Why we are generating things the wrong way now? Wait. Maybe we didn't save the right... why the location is always 0 now? Can you try to apply force to socket Z world? Wait a second, because I'm confused about the D4. Ah, okay. Yeah, the D4 is rolling as well. Look. We can have him move. He moves. I mean, it's a bit cheating, I know. Can you apply the force to the Z socket? I have no idea how to get the socket though. Get socket by name? No. Get socket by... Here we get all the sockets. I can take the first one. Again, just as a temporary test. Yeah, but this is the name though. Get socket by name. How do I get a socket by name? Get socket. No, I don't understand. I think we had this problem already. We had this problem already when I was trying to find the socket location, the socket name. When we do the equip, wait a second, because I have this code already. When we do the equip of our weapons, I already had the problem of finding the socket. The difference though is that in that case it was a skeletal animation. It was a skeletal mesh. And I think the skeletal mesh is working differently than the socket that you have placed, because this one is not a skeletal mesh. But I think we have here the equip event. And when we do the equip event, item equip, attach component. Because here you can give the name. No. I think I had this problem of getting a socket by name. I had this problem already, but I don't remember how I solved it. We had this issue, boys. We had this issue. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Find the socket. Find socket sounds good. Find socket. Find socket. But skeletal mesh. Skeletal mesh. The problem is the skeletal mesh, boys. But you know that I don't really need. I mean, it would be nice to do it with the socket, but in reality, I don't really need, because I know. Do we really need to know the socket, or can I just apply it in a specific position? I mean, what I mean is the following. What I mean is the following, right? So if I have my die here, yes, you say we could apply it from the face that we want the result, right? So if you want a 3, then we could apply from this guy always up, right? And maybe it will go. Yeah, the problem is that I don't know how to get the socket. That's the problem. Because sockets are in skeletal meshes. These are the sockets that I always used. I never used sockets in standard meshes. Because there is a static mesh. There is a static mesh with sockets. And it is something I never seen in my life. But maybe there is a way, you know, to get these sockets as well, because I think that the engine is storing them anyway somewhere. Socket manager, you see, socket 10, socket 20. So so there must be a way to read this list. There must be a way to read this list. The problem is how. The problem is how, boys? Because if I do find socket... static mesh. Yes, static mesh. Easy. Easy. Okay. So if we take our die... wait, I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, yeah. If I take my dies and I take a static mesh and I get the socket, so let's go with one die that we know, okay? Like this one, the D100. No, the D100, no. Let's go with a simple case. Let's go with a D6. Let's go with a D6. So the sockets are named in a standard way, right? Socket 01, 02, 03, 04, 06. And I assume the 2 is for number 2, 4 is for number 4. Okay, good. So they are named correctly. Okay. So we can do socket underscore. Let's do always 01 for a second, okay, to see what happens. So here I have a socket. Can I get the location? I can get the relative location. Well, the relative location is okay. We can add it to the word location of this guy, right? Because this is the relative location. Now, I hope it's the relative location compared to the rotation already. That we don't know. But in theory, we can just sum these two, right? And we can just sum these two, and in theory, we get the place in the world, the word location, right? We get the word location. So now we set. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a mess. The graph is a bit of a mess, I know. I know. So basically now we are pushing in theory from the socket. Always from the socket number 1 of the D6. So now I cannot see where is the 1. Well, actually I can. The 1 is there, okay? The 1 is there, it's at the back. So if I click my button, nothing happens. Well, I don't know. Okay, let's try again. But I think the second time is not working because I think our die... Yeah, you see, it's keeping track of the previous die. There is something wrong in our calculations. But so number 1 I think is below, unfortunately. And number 1 I think is behind at the moment. Now, you see that it's not doing what we want to do. I think the relative location is wrong. The relative location is wrong. It's not applying the proper force. Because now we should push this direction. But look. It's pushing the other direction. So it seems that the socket location is not correct. Okay, very easy, very easy. We can debug sphere, you know, instead of debugging sphere that, we can debug sphere. Ah yes, we debug sphere already, the pushing force. We debug sphere already, the pushing force. So in theory, In theory, yeah, the sphere. Why the sphere is at the 6? It seems that the sphere is always at the 6. Wow. He's pushing always in the same direction. No, I think I did a mistake. Wait. I think I did a mistake. It's impossible. He's pushing always in the same direction. It's impossible the socket 01 is always in the same position. Doesn't make any sense. One second. Let's remove this, because first we need to understand if we are detecting the right side, okay? We are not. We are not detecting the right side, because as you can see, now our number 1 is here, and for some reason we have our word space there, which makes totally no sense. But this relative location, I got the actor location plus the relative location. Is there a way to get the absolute location of this? Because they would be very, very nice. Unfortunately not. There is only the relative location, because relative is relative to the center of the object in theory. Socket 01. No, it's broken, boys. It's broken. Now it looks okay, but in reality it's not. And I can prove you that it's not, because if I do it again, my 1 is up here. You see, and this one is always... You know what? I think it's not relative to the current. I think it's not relative to the current rotation, unfortunately. It's not relative to the current location. That's very strange, though. That's very, very, very strange. So this will be button apply force, and this will be button find face, okay? And button find face is doing nothing else than this mess. Yeah, we need to clean it up a bit, huh? We need to clean it up, I know. I know. I still have the minus 30. No, I don't have the minus 30. This part is actually not used. So the only thing that I do, I get my die, I don't get the socket by name. I find the socket this way. I get the relative location. I add it to my actor location, and I set it here. And I display my my thingy. Okay. So the second button is the show me the face. So number 1 should be here. But it's not there actually. You see that it's always in the same place, but always the wrong place. Number 1, I don't know where is it, but yeah, you see, it's always showing it. So it's like if it's relative to the original position and not relative to the current rotation. Seems weird though. Seems very weird. It looks like, but not even that, because this one is actually on the face. Why I'm getting a sphere which is not on the face. Why? Wait, no. Is the center of this object 0, 0, 0 or not? I think it is, because otherwise, yeah, the center of this object is 0, 0, 0. So, I mean, if I... Let me print only the actor location, right? So this way, it will be exactly in the middle, correct? In this way, it will be exactly in the middle. Now I made the thing bigger, but yeah, it's too big, so I cannot see it, but... yes, it's exactly in the middle. So the actor position is actually correct, right? The relative position is not correct. This relative location is not correct. The relative location to the sockets. Should we print it out and we understand what is it? Let's print it out. We are printed out the relative location now of socket 01, okay? We are printing it out 070. So he said 070. 070. Yeah, you see that the relative location, unfortunately, is always the same. So this relative location is not working for us. This relative location is not working for us, boys. Unfortunately. Pity. Pity. Pity because it was good. 070. If I move it, 070. Come on. Okay. 070. So I think I need to apply the current rotation to the vector, otherwise it will not work. Fuck. Well, I think we can. We can. So we can take this and we can apply. I don't know how to do it because my 3D math is not very good, but we can try anyway. So I think we need to get the actor rotation, and I think we need to apply. I think we need to get the vector of this one. We need to multiply. We need to we need to multiply this by this and somehow, right? So we need to rotate in local space this vector by this amount. Rotate vector. Okay. Rotate vector sounds promising. Rotate vector sounds promising. So, yeah, but let me do it, sorry, let me do it when we print out the sphere, which is better. Okay, let's print out rotate vector. In theory it should be this. I don't know. What? The same position. Fuck. No, I don't want the same position. Oh, okay. No, wait, I'm not printing the right thing. I'm printing the actor. Sorry. 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 Okay, should be there, eh? Ah, okay, let's try. Ah. Ah, it's working now, eh? It's working now. In the sense that we are detecting the right side, boys. We are detecting the right side. Ah, can I make it bigger, please? We are... Oh, fuck. If this happens, it's a real issue. Even if it's detecting 4 as the biggest one. Okay, not bad. You see our number 1? Our number 1 is here. Our number 1 should be there. Yes. Now, I don't know why it's not exactly at the point, but is slightly offset compared to the point. That's a bit weird. Okay. But we can detect, basically we can detect the... We can detect the face, okay? We can detect the face. Now what? Now the idea was to push from that direction, right? This is what you asked. So you want to push from that direction. Okay. What is this mess of a graph? What did I create? I created a monster. I created a complete monster. I mean this maybe? No. Rotate vector. I will make it nicer, okay? I know at the moment you are very scared, but I will make it nicer, okay? At the moment it looks a mess. Yes, it looks a mess, but I promise I will make it. I don't know if I can, but I will make it nice, huh? Okay, well, okay, so now we should push it. You should push it from the direction of the 1. Now the 1 is on, so we should see the cube going left. Okay, nice. Now 1 is at the bottom, right? 1 is at the bottom. Yes, I think it is. It's at the bottom. And so the push will be up, which is probably not what we want, but anyway. This way it will never change its position though. If you push from the bottom, it's GG. Bottom is done. I mean, bottom, it will just go up and fall back in the same phase. But this is kind of a special case, okay, that we can fix. We can fix that special case. Easy. Can fix it easy. Where is the 1? The 1 is here. Boom, we're pushing that way. Yeah, the fact that we are pushing, you know, exactly in the middle of the face, I think is very bad. So I think we should always apply a small difference, you know. So actually this pushing force, this thing, should never be exactly... but the problem is in which direction? The problem is in which direction? Because you understand the problem, right? So if this is the face of my cube, I should not push here in the middle, okay? I always need to push a bit on the side, right? So that it's rolling. If I push in the middle, it will not roll. So I need to push a bit on the side. Now, where on the side? Now, how to say that I want to push on the side? I have no idea because here we are already rotated, right? Well, we could change the relative location. No, we cannot. We cannot. We can. Well, we can. Well. We could do a check. You know, if this thing is on the Z or on the X or on the Y, and change accordingly. It's a bit of a mess, but is there a better way? Is there a better way? Because in theory we could have a function, you know. I don't know if it's a good idea, but we could have a function which is get push position, right? And get push position. So we need the relative location. So we need a vector as an input. We need a vector as an input. So center of face, right? So it is the center of the face. We don't want the center. The problem is that we don't know if we are speaking about... I mean, we don't know which socket is it. We don't know which socket is it. So basically... it's not easy, boys. Or we hard code everything and we say if it's socket 1 do this, if it's socket 2 do this, if it's socket 3 do this. Or I can check if the X is 0. It's a bit of a mess though. Because I could say, oh, if my X and Y are 0, it means is the top. It means is the top, right? Because it means that only the Z is gonna be different. But I think doing this is the same as doing it with the socket ID. I think we can do it with the socket ID. You know what is the problem? The problem is that if we want to push... I mean, if we have our cube, let's stay with the cube for a second, right? And my face is this one, and I want to move it this direction, right? I need to push here. I cannot push here. If I push here, it will just go horizontal, right? So I need to push between, right? I need to push between the destination and the source. So I can take the middle point, but then I have to go outside from the middle point. Otherwise, it will end up being inside the cube, and That's not a good idea. This is not a simple problem, boys. Huh? It's not a simple problem. I knew already it was not a simple problem, by the way. So basically the pushing direction is determined by the pushing center is determined by the current phase that you want to be up and the up position, right? So the intersection between these two, I mean, if you draw a line, right? If you draw a line between these 2 points, the middle of this line is pretty much where you need to push, right? Between the destination and the source. Now, unfortunately, if the source is at the bottom, this will not work, because the line will be like this and the middle will be exactly in the middle. So it works only if it's not an opposite phase. But I think this we can fix by saying that no, but wait, we can do it simpler than this. We can do it simpler than this. We can do it way simpler than this, boys. Way simpler. Because we will never push here, here, or here. Never. Never. We will always push here, or here, or okay, it is behind the graph. Or here or here. So in a cube, we will always push in those 4 positions, which are predetermined, and they are exactly. It's much easier. The problem is much easier, and they are always at the same distance, you know, from my center of the cube. Now it will be a bit different with the other dice, but I think it pretty much will be the same thing. So I think I know. So the pushing place is always the same one. So in the case of a d6, is only these 4 positions. Is always these 4 positions, right? Always. And these 4 positions are easy to determine because it's nothing else than the size of the cube, right? And then plus minus on the x and y, plus the center of the cube. So it's fairly easy. Now, okay, this is a very good thing. So the only thing I need in reality is the type of die. This function in the future will take the type. Now at the moment it's not taking it because it's too complex for me, but it will take the type, okay, which will be an enumeration or something. This will be the die type, and based on this one we will do a switch, you know, and we will, okay, but it will be an enumeration probably. But for now, let's stay with the d6. With a d6, you can find out how to determine the type in my blueprint. Ah, okay, nice. You determine it? Type? Maybe it's not called type, but okay. But for now, let's say that doing it on different type of die is not a problem for now. Okay, it's a problem for the future because it's already complex like this. So let's stay on the d6. Let's stay on the d6, which is perfectly fine. Okay, let's stay on the d6. So on the d6, We want to have only 4 positions, right? So we want to determine those 4 positions. And so I think this one will not get the die type, actually. This one will get the actual die. So this one will actually get an actor. We'll actually get an actor. No, wait. What is the pawn thingy? What is the die? Wait. Where is the die? This, we need to get this. Array of dice BP. Ah, okay, it's going directly on dice. Okay, dice BP I think is good. Dice BP. Dice BP. Dice BP is perfect. Perfect. Dice BP. Okay. So this will be the die that we want to rotate. Now, maybe you have the type here or not. You have the type as a variable. Get the dice type.
Never underestimate the power of stupid things in large numbers.
Exactly. Is this one the dice type? But it's an integer, I think. I think it will be better if it's a... Would be better if it's an enumeration. Based on length of socket names. No, but you can just set a variable. I mean, when you spawn it, you know, you can just set a variable on the BP and then just read it. You know? Because anyway, you have it on the actor. Each die is an actor. So in that sense, it's very easy. So my suggestion would be to do it, you know, to do it with a kind of enumeration. I think would be easier. Okay. Die type, die type, and new, and I don't know if you want to call it with, yeah, we can say 1d6, 1d, oh wait, 1d4, 1d6, 1d12, and then you just use just use that. I don't know. I would use an enumeration like this, so you can do comparison instead of an integer. And then, you know, that one can be a property directly of the dice BP if it's not already. Dice type 0. You have it here, eh? This is your dice type, eh? I see. I mean, it's okay. It can also be a number. I mean, it's not... I mean, I don't want to revolutionize all of this, but in my case, I think it would be nicer to do it with a with a numerator. Yeah, instead of this, you know, doing the... I mean, we can change it. It will break everything, eh? It will break... If I change this, it will break 1 million places. I know. But in theory, it should be like this. It will break 1 million places. No? What do you mean, no? Yeah, because it's inside all of these other structures and... No, I think we are asking for trouble if we change it like this. We are asking for trouble. We are asking for trouble. We are asking for trouble because it means that we have to change all these ones. So this mapping will not be anymore that mapping, but will be a mapping to, instead of mapping to integer, will be a mapping to, you know, our die type, and things will start to get nasty. So I think I'm not gonna do this change. I think I'm not gonna do this change. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20. You are missing the 100 here though. Probably because the 100 is identical to the... No, I'm not gonna do this change, boys. Doing this change is nice from the idea point of view, but from the actual usability, we're gonna shoot ourselves in the foot. So I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay, we keep the integer. We keep the integer. Easy. We love the integer. We love it. We love it. Okay, so here we have the dice type. Now, based on the dice type, we can determine. So I don't need this position anymore. I just need. What do we need? We need the target. We need the target. No. Just a second, boys. Someone is messaging me. I have no idea who is it. Okay. Nothing relevant. We need. So we have the die. We need. So what do we need? We need the destination already. Or do we just want this to get the push left, push right? What do we want? I don't know what we want. I don't know what we want from this function. I mean, if you want to really have the push position, I think we need the target number. Right? The target number. So if the target, and based on the target number, I will have to determine where is the target number at the moment. So I will have to basically create a literal, what? I will have to make a literal string, which is socket underscore, and then 0. Well, I mean, it has to be a bit adapted, but I mean, we will find out a way. For now, let's just do it with the D6. With the D6, this works, but obviously with the D20 will not. But it's okay. For now, it's okay. So we create the socket, right? We create the socket 01, 02, 03, 05, 06, and then we find. And then we find the socket position. And the socket position, we basically do this mess. Right? It was what? Get mesh, get static mesh. Why is not doing it automatically? I don't know, strange. Okay. So we get, for this one at the moment we don't need, so we get the socket which is specified by the target number. Okay, so we know where the target number is. We know where the target number is. Okay, and we find the position of the target number in space. So this will be our this is the position of the number that we want. Okay, so this is position of the number that we want, expressed in the socket position. Okay. The number that we want, huh? The number that we want. The number that we want. Okay. Now that we have the number that we want, what do? We need to determine where to push. So if the number that we want is, wait, I'm losing track of what I want to do. If the number that we want is, let's say here, and we want to move it up, right? Yeah, so we need to know where is it, and we need to now choose one of the 4 pushing positions. One of the 4, because we only have 4 pushing positions in this guy. Okay, we only have 4 in the D6. So actually, I think we will have a structure. I think we will have a variable here, which will be D6 pushing positions, and it will be an array of vectors, right? Will be an array of vectors. And by the way, I think that the data can be predetermined. I mean, everything is predetermined actually, right? Because we know already where those 4 positions are. Depending on the size of the die, I have no idea how this thing is big. It's 139 by 139 by 139. I mean, it's huge. It's like 1.3 meters. It's a huge die. But anyway, I mean, for now, let's play with this, okay? In our case, it will be much smaller, but let's play with this. I don't know why exactly 139, but fine. So 70 is about half of that, right? So if we want to push at the top, roughly at the top, I still don't know if we should apply a force that is going. What we were doing? We were applying a force from the not center, eh? Because I need to understand where to apply this freaking force. Now I broke it, huh? Now I broke it. We were pushing always from socket 01. Okay. Fuck, I'm losing track of what I want to do. Hello, Tony. Hi, welcome. We are playing with dice. We are playing with dice, and we are trying to cheat on the dice. Wait. So how do I determine those 4 positions? How do I determine those 4 positions? We said that is starting from the middle. So there is the relative position, or is the absolute position? This is the relative position, right? So this pushing position will be relative to the center of our object. Okay, fine. So the pushing number 1 will be, I think it will always be 70 up. Maybe let's do a 60 up, and then it will be 60 0 60. Yeah, 60 6 on the X. 60 0 60. Okay, which is the one on the side. Then there will be 0 60 60. 0, 60, 60, yes. Then will be minus 60, minus 60, 0, 60. And then will be 0, minus 60, 60. Okay, so basically these are 4 positions which are expressing these 4 pushing positions. And I did 60 instead of 70 because we are not exactly the top, but we are slightly below the top. I don't know if that will help, but this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so these are the 4 positions. These are the 4 positions. Now these are relative positions. These are relative positions to the, this is where my mind starts to go crazy, because how do I know these are relative positions? Okay, let's push one just to see what happens, okay? But I think it should be fine. So basically we need to get, you know, the right pushing position. Okay, so I need to get 0, 1, 2, or 3, and at the moment we are getting 0. We are getting 0, and we are returning. What do we need to return? We return a vector, right? Which is the pushing point compared to the center. Pushing position. I don't know. So all of these actually at the moment we are not using, because we will need to interpolate this and understand which one. But let's just try to push a 0 and see what happens, okay? Let's try to push a 0 1 second. So instead of this, I will call my function and I will say, hey, I want my pushing position, right? And my pushing position at the moment is just one of those 4. Actually, it's the first one of those 4, right? Right? Wait, I think I lost my thing. May I be wrong, but with product, we could make faceless in other effects and result. By the way, I have to tell you something. John, I have to tell you something that will change your perspective of your plugin. Die singular form. Dice plural form. Dices does not exist. I know it's annoying, but that's the way it is. I also, since I'm Italian, I also would say dices, but yeah, I know the name of your plugin is wrong. I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shit happens. Shit happens. Okay, we have our D6. Yeah, you can live with that. I think it's not. I think it's not a big issue. So we detect where 1 is, and then we do nothing. Okay, nice. And then we do nothing. Why? Why we do nothing? Why we do nothing? I mean, it should just apply a force from one of the 4 points, and the 4 points should be correct. Why is not doing it? We broke it. We broke it, boys. Why this pushing position? Ah, because it's in absolute. Because it's in absolute position. Because it's in absolute position. Because it's in absolute position, boys. So we need to get the actor location and sum it with the vector. So this we always need to do, also when we will arrive from here. Now we are not arriving from there, but... Okay, there is the one. Fuck. It didn't work at all. No, but okay, it didn't work at all because I'm always pushing in the same direction. No, it's correct, boys. It's correct. We are pushing always in the same direction. We didn't do the thing, right? We didn't do the thing. So we just determined that one push is working. One push is working. Okay. So now we need to do the real thing. Which is to determine the position where we want to push this die to the position where we want to push this die, right? Based on the target number. Oh my god, I don't know how to do it. Target number. Wait. So we know where the number is. We know where the number is on the cube. We know where we want this number to be, right? And we need to choose one of the 4 pushes, right? So if the number is below, we are fucked. No, if the number is below, we can push on any of the 4 and will be the same, right? But we need to push it twice with double the force, right? We need to push it with double the force so that it's rotating twice and it's getting our number. There is obviously assuming that there is not a border, because if there is a border, we are fucked, because this thing will continue to push in that direction. So we also need to detect, you know, the border sides, the border positions. Because if we are touching the border, that's another problem. The border, we will fix it later on, but that's definitely a problem. Okay, that's definitely a problem, because if we push in the direction it's not moving, we are fucked. But so how do I determine? So I need to know if it's at the bottom. If it's at the bottom, how do I determine the position? How do I determine the position? The position, we do it with the Z, right? We do it with the Z. Target number. We find the socket. So we know where this socket is, right? Because here I'm rotating the vector. So if I print this guy, I will know that I am on the left or on the right or on the bottom or at the top, right? That I will know, because this is already rotated compared to the actor rotation. So I know exactly I know exactly where I am. I know exactly where I am. Now I need to take this guy I need to take... So, what do? We just do a Z comparison? I mean, we could, huh? We could just do a Z comparison of this guy initially and say, are we at 0 compared to... And then we check the Y and we choose a position based on... Hey, I think we have no other way, boys. I think we have no other way. So this is a target face position, right? This is target face position. This is target face position. So based on the target face position, there is the relative target face position compared to the center of my object. Okay. So a very simple check can be if the Z is negative. If the Z is negative, it means that our face is at the bottom. In a D6. We are working with a D6, because for other dice will be different. So let's say that the face is at the bottom. If it's at the bottom, we just apply any random. So I think in that case we could just randomize the push. We could just randomize the push, or we can just at the bottom. Okay. This is at the bottom. If it's not at the bottom, it could be in one of the 4 sides, right? So the X, Y, and the Z are the ones that are determining where is it. So basically, if I have a positive Z, right? If I have a positive Z, I am on one side. If I have a negative Z, I'm on the other side. So basically, we need to find... Now, should we do it this way, or is it too stupid to do it this way? Is there a better way to do it? Because basically, I will need 4 cases, right? I will need 4 cases. I will need a positive Z and a positive Y, you know, and this will be an AND. Or I need, you know, and so on, you know, I need the 4 cases, and based on the 4 cases, we will determine where the hell is our face, and based on where the hell is our face, we choose one of these pushing positions, right? So we can basically push it the way we want. But I don't know if there is a smarter way to do this comparison. Is there a smarter way? Well, one smarter way is to do it anyway by pieces, right? So that if the X is positive, then we check the Y. And here we have our case. Yeah, but I don't think we have another way, boys. I think that, I mean, I'm trying to think if I have a better way, but I don't think so. So basically, we will have we will have 5 return nodes, 1 if it's at the bottom, and 1 for each of the sides, okay? And 1 for each of the sides. Right? And 1 for each of the sides. Fuck, and this is only for the D6. And this is only for the D6, boys. Imagine the D20. Oh my god. I think our game will only use D6. We all love the D6. Why we should do it different? D6 is the best. So we basically have at the bottom, okay, when the x, where is it? When the x is positive and the y is positive, okay? So basically this one is x and y positive, right? This one is x positive and y negative, and so on, right? And this one is y negative and x positive. What? X. Wait. No, I fucked up. X negative and y positive, and the last one is x negative and y negative, okay? Which are the 4 cases that we have, which corresponds to these 4 push positions, right? These 4 push positions. Okay, boys? Okay. Now, where are these positions? Oh my god. This is all relative. By the way, this is all relative to the original position, and then we'll have to be translated. I don't know. So let's reason in relative terms, right? X positive and y to 0. So this is the right face. This is the right face. So I'm pushing on the right. I want to push on the right. I want to push on the right if my target face is also on the right, right? Yes, is also on the right. So I want to push, you know what? I think it is 1-to-1 with this. Because I always want to push from the direction. So maybe it's easier. Wait. Is easier? No, it's not easier. Wait. No. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself now. I'm confusing myself. What? Why the y is 0 here? Wait. You know what? Too complex. Too complex and testing wins. Okay. Too complex and testing wins. I mean, too complex to think about it. And so, you know what? We're just gonna test it and see what happens and fix the positions that are not working. Okay? So this will be 0, 1. I think we need a bit more space though, but 0, 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3. Now the problem will be understanding which one are not working. That would be kind of fun. To understand the one that is not working. Boys, it is okay if we only use D6 in this game. I think more than D6 is going to burn my brain. More than D6 is gonna... And this is only the beginning of the problem, you know? This is only the beginning of the problem, because then there is the wall... Oh my god. Why I decided to do this? Why? Okay, the 1 is here. So now we are pushing in a direction. Ah, we did it! Thank you. Thank you, gods of randomness. Thank you, gods of randomness, that you have given me this small fake success. This small fake success. Thank you. I mean, obviously, it's pure chance that he went the right way. There's no meaning compared to what I did, but okay, in theory, should go this direction. Yeah, you see. But it's changing, eh? It's changing based on the position. So actually, it may be kind of correct. I mean, the logic is correct. You see, when we're pushing on the left, is working always. So the left is correct. The problem is which one is the left. Which one is the left, boys? We will never know. We will never know which one is correct. One of these 4 is correct. Okay, we will print it out. We will print it out. There is one of the 4. Solution 0. One of the 4 is correct, boys. The problem is that he was not pushing it exactly, though. So I don't know if he's correct, but... Solution 2. And solution 3. So now we check. Fuck, where is the 1? The 1 is there, okay? We applied... Why didn't print out? What? What the fuck? What? I'm not calling this function? I'm not calling this function? No, I'm calling this function. Sorry, why it didn't print out? Because it was at the bottom? Because he's always going here, he's always pushing 0. So probably the Z is not correct, eh? Solution bottom. Solution bottom. Is always going here. Why is always going here? When the... In theory, this is when the Z is less than 0. Let's say less than -10. So that we are sure that we are below the threshold, you know? Okay. Solution 0. So we applied solution 0 in this case. Solution 0. It is the bottom, so it should be solution bottom. No, it's always saying solution 0. Why? It's always saying solution 0. Holy moly, boys. Why is always saying You know that, by the way, you can debug blueprints if you want real time. Very nice. So if you basically keep the game like this, and then you click on stuff, you know, and you select the right object, which at the moment we only have one, you will see, you see the flow? So you see the flow going through. Why we always apply solution 1? Why? I mean solution 0. I think a good test would be to start the server and 2 clients and then send the same input, position and velocity, return the same result. No. No, Marcelo, we are not going to do it that way anymore. So the way we do it now is completely different. So I decided to do it in a different way. So basically, server client, right? Let's say server client 1 and client 2, right? So we don't do it that way anymore because that way was impossible. Well, it was too hard, let's say. Not impossible, but it was really, really hard. This way is simpler. So we do this. The server determines the results. So for example, let's say that is rolling 2d6 and the result is a 4 and a 2, okay? Now it's sending this result to client 1 and it's sending this result to client 2, right? So both clients will see the 4 and 2. And then we generate the physics on each client differently, because we don't care, because they will never know that they are seeing a different physics simulation, right? And here, yes, we will nudge, exactly, we will push till the right number, right? But we do it differently because, I mean, there is, you know, the whole simulation that is going here, right? Simulation, and then we push it to the right number. Now in the client 2 the simulation can be completely different. We don't care, right? On client 2 the simulation can be right, but then we push it to the right number. So basically the result is that both clients see the same result even if they have a different simulation, a different role, right? A different movement. They can see completely different movements. And we don't care. So, and the difference is between this method and the previous method is that in this method we are sending 2 integers across the network. In the previous methods, we were sending all the physics on the network. All the physics. And we still had the problem of finding the right number, right? So it's a so much better solution. The problem is that it needs to work. And you know what is the real problem? Because this is easy. I mean, I think this I will fix it. This thing, I think I will find a solution. The real problem are which we will need more thinking. The real problem, they will come very soon. Will come very soon. As soon as we finished and we say, ah yes, it's working, will be the collision of the dice with the other dices when we push, because anyway we will push. And if we push a dice against another dice while they are moving, right? While they are moving, they may collide, right? They may collide between each other. Boom. So they may collide. And that is gonna stop our simulation. And so they may collide between each other, and they may collide with the board, right? They may collide with the board. But the good part of this is that with our method, we will continue to push and continue to roll, right? Until we get the right results. The problem is that if we have one die, it's very easy. But if we have five dice, they may imagine a d20, because the d6 is easy, but imagine a d20 which is pushing another one to the wrong number, right? So you had your d20 with the right number and it stopped. Then another one that has the wrong number, for any reason, since you are pushing him around to get the right number, is pushing this one again to a wrong number. And so basically this one has to go back. Oh my god, this thing, I didn't think about it. This is a real problem. Fuck. This is a real problem. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem, because when this one has the right number, we glue it to the board. So this one will never rotate again. Never. Will never rotate again. So we glue it. So even if another force is pushing him, this one will stay absolutely still. So with this solution we fix it. So it will. Otherwise it's a mess, because they will interact between them. Imagine launching 20 d20. Yeah, but that will be. So we have a number of problems to figure out, right? And I think we should list them here, but there are a number of issues. So collision between dice, and collision with the board, changing an already correct number. I mean, we don't have a problem if they collide while they have wrong numbers, but we have a problem if they collide when they have a correct number, right? That is the real problem. And collision with the board, basically need to change force direction, right? If he's colliding with the board, like the board should push him back. It would be interesting to see if given the same input it gives the same result. No, unfortunately the plugin is not able to do that, and it is why we are trying to add it ourselves, because it's not giving the same result. I mean, let me say it again. It's giving the same result on one single die, right? So if I give always the same rotation, always the same speed, and I have the board always in the same position, you will always get a 6. Okay, now at the moment we are randomizing that. The problem is when you have, 10 of them. So even if one die starts with the same position, all the others will go in different directions. So, I mean, it's not something that we can predetermine, right? I don't think we can, unless we want to always see the same rolls, because we could, one way could be, which is a completely different solution, right? One way could be to say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna split the board into 10 quadrants, right? And every die is only staying inside its own quadrant, right? So they will never collide. Now, if they never collide, it's much easier. Because at that point, yes, you could generate, you know, one set of rotations and velocity, which is always the same, and gives the number that you want. Right? That's another solution. We may also think to that, by the way. We may also think to that. The problem is that you will always see... You will always see... So imagine invisible walls, right? Invisible walls that the player doesn't see, but actually they exist, right? And you are going to throw one die here, right? Another die here, and so on, right? So they will roll in their own space. Now, if they roll in their own space, and the throw is always the same, yes, you could determine, you know, you could have like 10 cases per each. Maybe that's a simpler solution. Maybe it is a simpler solution. The bad thing of this is that you will see the die, because it is like if I do this, right? I can do it right now. I can do it right now. Look. They don't show? Why they don't show? Because I changed the material. Wait. Wait. Because I didn't change the material. In my version, I changed the material. Or not. Why? Why the cube is not showing? They were invisible, yes, but now I made them visible. Why the cube is not shown? Is hidden in game? It's not hidden in, but even if it's hidden in game, actor hidden in game, and is visible. Something weird is going on here. What the fuck? I changed the material. I'm confused. I'm very, very confused. I'm very, very confused. Why this thing is not showing up? Why? But because, okay, anyway. What I wanted to say is that it's the same. Like if I place my thing here in the middle, right? I don't know why it's going back. What the? Because I was in simulation. Wait. I was in simulation, so I cannot change the parameters while they are in simulation. Okay. Easy. So what I was what about to say is that if I move this thing like this, right, and I move not this one, but if I move this one and this one, right, closer, right? So this, for example, is a smaller cube, a smaller cubicle, right? So the die, okay, now we were kind of lucky, but you see, it will bounce in invisible walls, right? And it will always go in a certain place. So in theory, I could create, I don't know, 6 boxes, and we allow maximum 6 dice to be thrown, right? And each one is going in his own location. And this means that we will have no problems of interaction between the different ones. But it will look not that nice, obviously, because they will always go into the same place. I don't know if I like it. I mean, it's one way, okay? It's one way of doing it, but I think I still like more the push the die until he received, I mean, he reached the right place. But starting with a simple case, if a player 1 throws up a bit and left, what? I mean, they cannot decide. They cannot decide the direction. They click on a button like this. They click on a button. I mean, do you want them to do it with the mouse? No, they are just clicking on a button. I mean, we could allow the mouse to be the input, eh? I mean, that would not be that too hard. That would not be too hard. If you want to have the mouse being deciding the initial rotation and velocity, we could do it. I like the fact that my die is like moving when I push it. I can push it as I want. It's pretty fun. Okay, nice. So no, I think the other solution of separating each die can be fine, but I don't know. I have to think about it, but I think this solution is more fun and is better because it allows basically the die to be anywhere on the board. Okay? I like this music of the Incredible Machine. If anyone is writing on me on Discord or anywhere else, remember that I don't receive alerts on Discord. I mean, it doesn't beep. I need to explicitly look at it. Okay, so I had to make someone trusted in our Discord. Okay, so sorry, this is nothing to do. This is our got distracted a second. So the point is, why is always choosing solution 0? Because the Z is not correct. Let me check it again. Fuck, we are at the top. Yeah, the top. Solution 0. Solution 0. Solution 0. Solution 0. Solution 0. Why is always choosing solution 0? So it means that my my data is wrong. I mean, it's impossible that it is always the same. Rotate vector, get actor location. Okay, so this vector should be... maybe it's a normalized vector, so it's maximum 1. I don't know, we should print it out and see, but it's kind of weird that this vector... Are we printing this vector already? No, we are not. Let's print this vector 1 second, because I'm confused of why. Why is always solution 1? I don't get it. Zero, zero, zero. What? Why is always 0, 0, 0? What? I think we have a problem. Why is always 0, 0, 0? Probably because we are not finding the socket. Wait, I didn't call this one correctly. Get push position, target number 0. Because 0 doesn't exist. Target number 1. Target number 1. Okay, this was the mistake, boys. Mistakes! Mistakes. 1, I think, is at the back. Solution 1. Solution 0. Solution 0. Solution 0. Yeah, because it's always on the same side. So solution 0 is definitely wrong. Solution 2. Wait. Why now? Solution. Why by the way, sometimes he's pushing it so much and other times he's pushing it very little? I mean, is there a bit of a randomization in the force or what? Sometimes it looks like he's pushing it more. Solution 0. Wait a second, huh? So solution 1 goes this direction. compared to the 1 though. So when we okay. Boys, I have no idea how to fix this. But let's say that so solution 1 should get. Let me try to invert solution 1 and solution 0. Okay. Let me try to invert solution 1 and solution 0. Okay. Solution 1. Solution 3. Solution bottom. If it's bottom, there is nothing we can do. You see that it does double. It does a double. I mean, it's moving twice. The fact that it's moving twice is really not good for us. It's really not good for us. It's really not good. He has to move once, not twice. So the force is too much. 1300 is too much. Let's go to 800 1 second and see. Because if we have a force which is rotating more than one face. Okay. GG, boys. GG. 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 In this case, what do we do? But sometimes it's like he's pushing less. Like now it didn't, you know, it didn't manage to rotate. Why? Look, it's not strong enough. Why is changing between this direction and this direction? Fuck. Because I'm doing it in absolute instead of doing it in relative. I'm doing it in absolute instead of doing it in relative. No, the problem is that if I'm doing everything relative. I mean, I'm doing everything. I don't understand why sometimes, even if he's in the same position, he's choosing a different direction. So how is it possible? So I have my 1 there. You should just push this way, regardless of, you know. So now it seems to be pushing the right way. So solution 3 seems to be correct, okay? But you see now he applied solution 0. Why apply solution 0 if it's exactly the same in relative position? It doesn't make any sense. How did he decide that my 1 was not anymore No, there is something fucked up here. There is something super fucked up. There is something super fucked up. I think my pushing position is fucked up. Ah, yes. Absolutely. Yes. My pushing position is completely fucked up. Completely fucked up. Because I don't consider rotation. I don't consider the current rotation of the guy. The Z rotate. Yeah, my pushing is wrong. My pushing is wrong. My pushing is wrong. My pushing is super wrong. Because I'm not considering the rotation of the cube. I'm just you see this plus is broken. Because I'm just taking the actor location and I'm just adding this without considering the rotation. So obviously it's wrong. Obviously it's wrong. Now we only need the Z rotation. We don't need other rotations, right? So we need to change our we need to change. Can we do it relative at the beginning so it's easier? Can we do it because I have the position in the world and I have the rotation in the world and I know where I want to push. The problem is that my pushing position are relative to the cube, right? And if I just add them on top, they are not taking into account the current rotation in absolute coordinates. So it's not working for that reason, right? So we need to take into account the Z rotation of my cube. The Z rotation of my cube. Need to take into account the Z rotation of my cube. But how do I do that? How do I do that? So I take the Z rotation. I have the Z rotation because I have it here. So I could take the Z rotation. Now, if I take this vector, is this vector something that I can rotate on the Z axis? Now, the problem is that this is not even a vector. This is not even a vector. This is a position. Fuck. So the easiest would be to position my pushing force in relative coordinates and then ask the engine what is the absolute work position of that push position. That would be the easiest. But how can I do that? I cannot, because the cube is rotated anyway. The cube is rotated. There's no way. The cube is rotated. The cube is rotated. Well, I could take... I think I have a solution. I think I have a solution. It's not very easy though. You know what we could do? We can... The problem is knowing which is the right face. Because in theory... I have the sockets already. Right? And luckily enough, our pushing positions are nothing else than the socket position plus 60 on the Z. Right? So if I know the face I want to push, and is not top or bottom, I can just take the position of the socket and translate it on the Z, right? Yes. 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 This always works. Yes, this always works. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so basically it's 10 times simpler than this for the cube, for the cube. For the other dice, I don't know. But for the cube is much simpler than this, because we can just take the... We can just take the socket. Target face position. Yeah, exactly. Target face position. Exactly. And we just go up in Z by... we just go up in Z by 60. Right? And this vector is the push vector. Wow. Wow. Except for the bottom. Except for the bottom or the top. But the bottom and the top... the bottom and the top... Yeah, we need to detect anyway the bottom and the top. Because if we are already at the top, we should not do anything. But that's another problem. Yeah. But this is a great simplification of the universe. There is a great simplification of the universe. Yeah, it's at the bottom, obviously. It's at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom, we need to think about it. Okay, so at the moment it's here. So I'm taking this face, I'm adding 60, and I'm pushing in this point. Okay. Fuck, didn't do it. Why? No, please. No, please. Why? Z plus 60? Why doesn't work? Why? Why doesn't work? Why? Fuck, the one always at the bottom. Anyway, the simulation is not always the same. Huh? Fuck. No, it is. Is it at the bottom again? And I said, is there? Okay. Why is not pushing? Why is not pushing? Why is not pushing? Why is not pushing? Fuck. X, Y, and Z. I take the Z. I add 60. So we can print where this is, but we can print where this is, but okay. But I think it should be in the right place. Hello, Pierre Machine. Hi. What? What do you mean? It cannot be there. What? Here. Here? What? No. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ah, because it's not yet the word position. It's not yet the word position. Ah. Make vector. I cannot make a vector. Make. No, I create. What? What? Oh my god. Can I have a vector, please? Why I cannot make vector? Oh, I can't. Okay. No, the point is, this one needs to be multiplied by 60. I mean, this to be added by this one. Let's do this, which is a bit simple, otherwise I continue to go like in 3 million places. Okay, wait. Wait, huh? Okay, the one is here, Ah, he pushed it in the right place. He pushed it in the right place. Making a mini game? Yeah, kind of a mini game, yes. Is basically the fact that I found this plugin for dice that I really like, because he has a lot of different dice, and you know, they are very beautiful to see and beautiful to use, and so I said, why we don't put it in plane shift? And that was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end. Because I said, why we don't do this? And then a whole thing started, you know? Like this, the thing that... where is the one? The one is here, eh? Look. Ah, it worked. It worked. It worked. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Where is the one? The one is at the bottom. Hey, if it's at the bottom, no chance. And if we are colliding with the board, no chance. Because that's another problem that we have. But... okay, let's try a few cases. Let's try a few cases. Fuck. The one is already at the top. Okay. If it's already at the top, obviously we win. I mean, we already have the one. So we have one out of 6. Fuck. Come on, I need it on the side. Okay. Now it's on the side, eh? Look at the push. No. Why? Why physics are not always the same? This is what I don't understand. It seems that there is a bit of a fuzziness, you know? Like... why the push is not pushing him enough? I mean, it's a cube, so it's perfectly square, so... and perfectly centered, so what is the problem? Why sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't? Is this board... wait. Is this board not horizontal for whatever reason? Is this board not horizontal? No, it seems it is horizontal. But then I don't know. If it's horizontal, I mean horizontal. If it's horizontal, then why doesn't? Do you think that this is also horizontal? I mean the green stuff? Because I mean, applying the same force, you know, is not enough to have the cube rotate sometimes. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I don't get it. The one is on the left. Boop. Yeah, but you see that it's actually working fine. I mean, it's kind of working fine. It's just that we don't have enough strength, but... I mean, I can go 900. But we simplify this thing a lot, huh? With this simple idea, you know, with a simple idea of just taking the face and rotating it. Nice. Very, very nice. Now, we still have 1 million problems, but... We still have 1 million problems. Right? So if he's at the bottom, get push position. You know that I think we can have in this function, we can have also the force coming out. So we can have the pushing position and the strength. Right? And so when we detect that we are at the bottom, we give a strength of double so that it does, you know, two things. So we do 1,800 or whatever instead of 900. It would be the opposite. I mean, I don't know if twice is really twice, but... So basically now, if he's at the bottom, the problem are the borders as usual, huh? Okay, now he's not at the bottom, now he's there. Okay? But if I put it at the bottom, now it's there. Yeah, but it always works, boys. It always works. With a D6 is perfect, boys. It's absolutely insane with the D6. Now with a D20, with a D20, I think we may have some issues, but... did you try to increase gravity? No. Why I need to increase gravity? We wanted to be at the bottom one time. We have 1 out of 6. Okay, now it's at the bottom. Okay, now it's at the bottom. So the strength should be twice. Fuck. Didn't do it. Ah, because I did... Fuck, I'm stupid and like stupid. I didn't use the output. I didn't use the output, my friends. So it will never work. I didn't use the output. If I don't use the strength, you know, it's never gonna work. What is my one? It's there. Fuck it. Dice will fall faster. Yeah, but why I need the dice to fall faster? I mean, I don't understand what you want to suggest. I don't need them to fall faster. I just need them to fall right. By the way, when I clear the board, right, and I D6 again, you see, something is breaking. Like, it seems that the array of the dice is not correct. This is another problem, but basically, when you clear, I don't know what that clear button is actually doing, but I don't think it's doing all it should do, because it's not clearing the array. It's destroying the actor, but it's not clearing the array. You should empty the... Where is the spawn thingy? This one should be cleared, otherwise... Otherwise, it remains like GG. It remains like super GG. So let me try, wait. Let me try to identify. Okay, I'm launching another die. And identify is always there. I clear. I throw another die. And I identify. Okay, now it's working. Okay, now it's working the way we want. Wow. Why the push is not enough? Fuck. Why sometimes the push is not enough? Why? Because I use 800, we should use 900? Possible. Yeah, that was my mistake. It's 900. The right push is 900. Okay, here is below. Below. Ah! Very nice. You clear each for loop iteration. Ah, fuck, no, probably I didn't want to do that. Wait, but I mean, it's the same, but yes, I should not do it. No, I want to do it in the... You're right, I want to do it in the end. You are right. You are very right. Okay, so... So basically now we have a way, right? We have a way to cheat and to push our die always in the phase that we want. Okay, so let's say that we want another number. We want number 2 or something. We want number 2. What is that? Target number 2. Okay, let's go with number 2 now. Let's go with number 2. Number 2 is there in theory. No, it's not there. It was here. Why? What? Ah, yes, because this one is still using 1. No, but you see that it worked anyway. You see that it worked, huh? It worked. So I want number 2. Fuck. It was at the bottom and it bumped into the thing. Yeah, the bump we still need to resolve, huh? The bump we need to resolve. Okay. So now let's try to have this button automatic. Okay, let's try to have this button automatic so that when my die is falling down and is slowing at a certain amount of velocity, let's say that the velocity is less than, I don't know, a certain value. So this one we will have to do it on the tick. Right? Yeah, so on the tick, when the velocity is below a certain value, we want to apply that function. So the click. Now I have two problems with this. Is that I don't want this loop to continuously execute. I want it to do it once. It's not that easy. It's not that easy because this loop is used to stop the die and to check if we have, you know, and to check the result basically. In my case, it's a bit different than this, because in my case, I can still check the velocity, you know, so I can have a similar check of this one. I can have a similar check. The problem is when I do it. When do I do it? Because I can check that my velocity is, you know, not 0, 0, 0. No, but wait a second. I cannot have it like this, huh? I cannot have it like this. I need a length, right? I need the length of my thingy. I need to check that it is lower than. I have no idea what is a good value here. But I don't know what is the velocity, what is the unit of measure. I don't know. Meters per second, I have no idea. But let's say when it's less than 10. Okay, when it's less than 10, I want to call my thing. For now, let's just print out something. Okay, let's just print out hello. Right, when it's less than 10, we will print out hello. Add rotation. Now that is done only at the beginning, so it's not needed. So I have to go here. I have to go here. Okay, 10 is very, very, very little for what I see. But yes, but it's basically when the die is pretty much about to stop. We can probably use a 20, but okay, when is at 10 is pretty much stopped. Okay. So in this case, I want to call our function. The problem is that I don't want to call it continuously. That's the problem. Because if I put here the call to my function will be called every frame, right? So we need a gate or something to stop the, I mean, or a one, or a do once, you know, or a do once. Yeah, maybe a do once. For now, let's try a do once. I don't think a do once we really do, but we really work the way I want. But I think the do once can be fine. So the message will be, we cheat. We cheat. So we cheat and we call. Now, how do I go from my BP to my other BP? Do we have a way to get this? Or not? Probably not. Get player pawn, our pawn, our pawn. I need okay, our pawn is good, but dice spawner pawn object. I need a way to get this widget, because this is my widget. So from the pawn, I need a way. At the moment, it's not set. I think we can do it here. I think we can do it here. I think we can add a new variable on my pawn, which is UI widget, and this one will be of type dice pawn or something. And we set it when we do this. Okay. So this way we have this reference in our player pawn. And and so here we call get UI widget, and then here we call our function. I mean, this function should then go probably inside the die. I think would be better, but and here we call get push position. I cannot now, sorry, but have fun. Hello, Electra. Hi, how are you? How are you, Electra? I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I don't know, I started something that I don't know if I will drop or not. I'm starting to think that maybe I should drop this idea, but I don't know, it's a good idea, but at the same time, I think it's a bit complex, and I'm starting to see, you know, additional issues of this problem. And and I don't know. I don't know if I will be able to do it, because there are a lot of edge cases, and I need to understand what is going on. I need to understand what is going on. I need to understand. I need to understand what is going on. Wait a sec. Okay, sorry, I'm just distracted by someone messaging me. So here we should set this, yes, and then we should call and then we should call that function. Now I don't think we have a function yet, because actually we are doing this thing when we press a button, right? So when we press this button, right, this one, we do the thing, and we basically do this. We get the push position, but I think if we can get the push position is enough, because in reality we do nothing else than these two simple, you know, these two very simple thingies. So I think we can, yeah, I think we can just So inside the die, we will get position, get push position, and the target number can be any number, I don't know, 3, right, whatever. And then we have the add radial impulse, exactly like we have it in the other way, with this and the strength, right? And the radius, I don't know about the radius. If we had any radius, is 100, is okay. Okay, now when this happens, we have a do once, right? We have a do once. The problem with the do once though is that now I can have a sequence maybe. Yes, if I have a sequence it works, because I can do once this but then always do the second one. Yeah, okay, this way I think is fine. So this thing is basically push the die in the right position, right? That is what he's doing. Oops. Target is our dice. Target is this guy. Okay, you ready? Fuck, didn't do it. He didn't do it. Why? He didn't do it. Wait. I didn't pass in myself. Okay, we have another chance, boys. Look at that. Well, okay, in this case it's because he was already like this. Because he was already like this. He pushed it. He pushed it. Good job. He pushed it. Good job. Look. Yeah, it looks a bit fake. I know. It looks a bit fake, but he actually pushed it to the tree. Oh my god, this thing, boys. So, oops. He pushed it too much. Why he pushed it so much? He pushed it so much that it became a 6. Okay, if it's already correct, easy. Let me remove the debug sphere. It's not really needed at this point, but I don't know if it's a good solution, but anyway, it kind of works. The problem is that it looks a bit fake, right? Like in this case, it didn't look too bad because it was already arriving from that direction, right? It was already arriving from that direction. This one was weird though. This one was kind of weird. I think it's probably that we have yeah, it's jumping to the 3. Basically, at the moment, it should always result in a 3, okay? So that's our mission. Our mission is that it should always result in a 3. But it looks rigged, right? It looks rigged. But we did what we wanted to do. I mean, the good news is that we did what we wanted to do. Now, it looks a bit fake. You see how we jumped and then jumped back? But it is actually working. I think we have a problem when there is already a velocity applied. I mean, the velocity is less than 10, but it's not 0 yet. And so I think that my push is like blended with the current velocity. And if the current velocity is pretty strong, my push is not doing much, right? So basically I think the only way would be to wait that is kind of, yeah, like this, right? That is kind of stopped, and then when it's kind of stopped, it goes into the right position. Yeah. In this case also, it was, and now there is the board, and so it cannot go. Wow. Well, but he got the 3 anyway. He got the 3. I mean, it's working, but it's working only when the velocity is nearly 0. So if I put here the check that the velocity is like maybe 2 and not 10, right? I think it will work better, but the die will pretty much be stopped and then it will move like this, right? There was the border. The border problem is something that we need to solve, but and I really like it. I really like how is a cheating dice, you know? How is a cheating die? I really like it. I really like it. I don't know. Probably it's not a good idea. Hop, 3. Hop. And becomes a 3. Very easy. Up. And becomes a 3. Hello, one learner. Hi. We are cheating with the die. I don't know, it's just funny. It's just funny the way it moves. But it's definitely not a good solution. I mean, it's not a very good solution, I would say. It's not a very good solution. No, but we don't really want to cheat. We want a result of the die to be the one that we want, right? Because we are gonna send only the number, which is the result, to the clients, and the clients will see the result, right? But so it kind of works. I mean, it doesn't work always, but you see, it's always a 3. The problem is that visually it looks kind of bad because I mean, it's really stopping and restarting, you know? So it's really stopping and restarting. I mean, I still like it. I think it's still, you know, better than nothing, but you see? He didn't like that position and boop. And boop, he went up. Oh, tick. Another 3. Another 3. Very easy, my friends. Very easy. Do you want a different number? You want a different number, huh? Which number you want? You want a 6? You always want a 6. Target number 2? What do you mean? Ah, because it was on the apply. No, wait. It's not the right place. You always want a 6, huh? You always want a 6. I know. I know you always want a 6. Oh! Well, in this case, it was a 6 already. Oh! 6. Easy. Oh! 6. It doesn't look very nice, huh? It doesn't look very nice. Okay. It doesn't look very nice. And it will be a mess to do it with a D20. Will be a mess? I don't know, maybe it will not be too much of a mess actually. I think it would be not too crazy to do it with a D20, but he moves! Why he moved? It works on any die that I throw now? That's beautiful. Didn't know it. Yeah, it's not getting the same number, obviously, but all of them are kind of moving. Okay. What do you think? What do you think of this solution? I think it's a bit shitty. I think the result is a bit shitty. I'm pretty happy that we managed to do it. I mean, I think it's been fun, a fun puzzle to solve, you know, like a puzzle, but I think it still looks kind of shit. So what other solutions we have? What other 6? What other solutions we have? Well, in theory, this solution could be improved, okay? The solution could be improved because I think it looks a bit unnatural when the die goes back, right? So it's going in one direction and then it's going back. But in theory, I could check, you know, if the number that we are seeking is actually on the right direction, and I could push more the die in the same direction. The big issue we have are the interaction with the other die and the borders. The borders are GG, the borders. Because the borders, I mean, if this thing bumps on the border, yeah, this is a good example, exactly. He wanted to go to the 6, but he couldn't because the border was there. Right? So if we have borders, this thing doesn't work. Right? This thing doesn't work. Now, I got 4-6. Look at that. I got 4-6. I got only 3 because these two touched each other. You see, there is the other problem that if there is some interaction between the dice, they cannot really fix themselves, right? Because they bump into each other. Wow. Good job. 5-6. Good job. So the problem, oh my, it looks alive, you know? It looks like this thing is alive. It makes me laugh so much. It makes him laugh so much. This solution is not good. This solution is not good. It's a pity though, it's a pity. But, I mean, it's one solution, but it's not really working. Too many variables. I mean, if you had to launch, if you always had to launch only one die at a time, I think we cannot, it may work, you know, with only one die. But you see, they are already interacting, and so boom, one bumps into the other and GG. The other solution, would be to have predetermined start and end of each roll, but this means that you will have to roll the dice separately. So each one will have to be separate, and I think it will look bad from the other point of view, because you will never have 6 of this together, right? Bouncing like they want. Fuck. This problem is not solvable in an easy way. This problem is not solvable in an easy way. Fuck. Such a pity, such a pity, such a pity, such a pity. Such a pity. Such a pity. I'm thinking to all the possible solutions. I'm like deep into my mind, thinking to what the hell I can do. I mean, one way, but it's definitely not a good way. But one way would be, to run the simulation on one client, determine the result, right, 12, and send it to the server. The problem is that you will be able to cheat for real, because if you change your client, you can send whatever number you want. Right? You could send whatever number you want. But this solution will work very easy, because basically it's working already, you know, it's working already here. Because I throw the dice and I see the result, 88, and then I send this number to the server. Ah, no. I will have the same problem anyway with client number 2. Because client number 2 will not see the same simulation. Will not see the same result, right? Will not see the same result. Fuck it. It's a super complex problem to solve, boys. It's a super complex problem to solve. Pity. Should I give up? I mean, I can give up, but I'm sad. Did I have to give up? I'm sad. I don't want to give up. They're moving, look. I don't want to give up. But I don't know if I have a solution to this. I don't think I have a solution to this. Do you have any ideas, boys? I understand it's not an easy problem, but do you have any other ideas on how we can do it? I mean, if we don't use this board, right? If we don't use this board, okay, and we invent a different board, right? That is used only in plane shift, and is very special because it's special. And the board is, I mean, if we invent a new way of throwing dice, right? We invent a new way of throwing dice that exists only in our world. And the new way of throwing dice is through pipes, okay? Is through pipes. So every place where you are playing dice in plane shift, right, is made Oh, it's calling me? 1 second. I need to answer this. I'm putting myself on mute. I'm sorry, I muted myself. I said I muted myself. What I was saying is that if we find a way, you know, to have separate space for each, so that they never collide between each other, then I think we can predetermine, you know, here the initial roll and then the end roll. So for example, if we say, yeah, I think we need to do it like this. I think there is no other possibility. There is no other possibility, boys. I think I need to think about that, and we will... oh, look, I did 3-6. Look, 6-6-6, look. 3-6, easy. Do you want me to do it again? Look. Oh, fuck, I only got 2.5. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to dinner. Tonight, I don't know if I'm gonna stream, but probably not. We can see each other tomorrow, okay? I will think more to this problem. If you have ideas on how to solve it, please let me know. Yeah, I'm going to implement a dice game in Plane Shift, Electra. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm doing it. But yes, I'm gonna go. So see you tomorrow evening. I think I will be here. I think I will. See you, boys. No. Tomorrow we'll be here again, and we will play with more dice. Probably. See you, boys. Bye bye.